Hello, my name is Devaney, and thanks so much for tuning into Short Not Sweet. This week, I wanted to talk about some luxury fashion conundrums, some things I've really been wondering about over at least the past couple of months. I'm going to start with something more light, and we're going to build up from there. And as always, when I do these kind of videos, if you love the things that I'm talking about, if you're super into them, of course, that's I'm not trying to come for anybody. This is all in good fun, and you like what you like. Enjoy it. Life is hard enough. Have fun with whatever you like. It's just time to laugh a little bit right now, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And the first luxury thing that I don't really understand, and actually some of these are just things I think the luxury fashion houses are messing with us, and that is luxury logoed housewares. And I have seen a couple of influencers that I really love. I think they're fabulous here on YouTube. And I'll see like in their background, they'll have like these logoed housewares. And it looks great. And it's absolutely fabulous. But sometimes I'm just like, you know what though? It's very cute and I like it. But I feel like you're trying to mess with me. For instance, Hermes makes a lot of homewares. And you'll see maybe like they have like these beautiful cashmere throw blankets, maybe the throw pillows, and then they'll have like the big old H's all over it, I guess H for Hermes, obviously. And I just don't know how to feel about them. I think they look fabulous on one hand, but then I'm like, well, why are y'all getting free advertising in my house, Gucci does the same thing. I've seen like Gucci GG pillows or like couches on their website. Like they actually have a good amount of furniture on their website if you've never been there. Versace does the same thing. You'll see like plates with a big old V on it, and again, these home goods, they look fabulous, but I'm like, you know what? I just don't know how to feel about it, So I'm a big old hypocrite because I do love like logo branded like accessories, like hats. They make there's so many things that have monogram on it that I don't really mind. Even shirts and stuff like that, I don't really mind it. But for some reason, it doesn't bother me with those because you take those off at the end of the day, right? But with these items, they're just always in your house, like a big old pillow, you're always laying on it, a blanket, you're just sitting on your couch about to, queue up the Netflix, and then you put on a big old Hermes blanket just blasting out their brand, and I'm like, you know what? Y'all are playing with us. Y'all are getting this free advertising, and I don't know how to feel about it, okay? It's almost like they're making us pay this kind of money, but like for merch, for basically Hermes merch. And I don't know if I like it. I like it, but I don't know if I like it, goddammit. So I'm on the fence about those. Let me know. What do you think about logo branded homewares? I just don't know. But some of those same brands, they make really beautiful things that are not necessarily monogram. I've seen like beautiful, especially if it's like a design, like the Medusa head for Versace. I've seen that on like plates. I know Hermes makes beautiful like plates and teacups and stuff like that. So it's not like I don't appreciate these luxury brands, the stuff that they bring for homewares, but it's the logo that I'm on the fence about it. I just don't know about that, Let me know what you think about it. And the next thing that I really can't figure out is, why is luxury resale sometimes more expensive than luxury retail? And let me just give a caveat. I understand that sometimes if something is hard to find or it's no longer available, it'll be more expensive on the resale market. For instance, like an Hermes handbag, a lot of times those are very difficult to get in the store. So people just bypass that and get it on the secondhand market. I totally get that. And it'll be a little bit more expensive. That's just regular economics. I get that. There's a scarcity. However, I have seen things that are readily available on the designer retail website that are way more expensive on the Fashion File website. Let me give you a couple examples. The first are the Dior D-Way slides. I'm sure you've seen them. They're regular flat sandal. They have like the Dior oblique on it with the Christian Dior written across them. I've seen them retail, they are $730, and I've seen them on Fashion File for $875. What is the reason? I mean, so you might be thinking like, oh, well, maybe it's a special colorway. No, it's the regular deep blue Dior oblique that you see right on the website. You might be thinking, oh, well, maybe it's a size that's no longer available. Honey. Dior got every size up to a US 12 right there on the website, available for purchase right now, okay? So the pricing, I'm just really not understanding that. And now the next example is the Hermes Oran sandal. Sorry to pick on Hermes. But that retails for $700. I believe they just went up in price. Again, a regular leather slide sandal. And I have seen those on Fashion File for over $900. Again, why? I'm genuinely asking here, you know? And I know sometimes the Hermes website is weird. They have things that are out of stock. But the YouTube girls have told us all you got to do is log on off hours and you'll find your size and your colorway. It's not a problem. If you be a little persistent, you'll go ahead and get it. So who is paying $900 for this? I would never understand it. Another example is the Hermes Kelly belts. Already astronomically priced at $1,025. I have seen the same belts on the Fashion File website for $1,400 plus. I don't know. Like, I really don't. It's not an exclusive color. This was the black with the palladium hardware. Again, very readily available on the website. And the Hermes Kelly belt only comes in one size, so it's not like, oh, well, you can't find your size on the website. Like, no, it's one size fits most, which is another problem, but that's not the point of this video. So where does this pricing come from? I really just don't understand it. And not to mention that for the Dior slides, I always see them in the sale every year. So not only do you have the opportunity to not pay above retail, you can pay below retail if you're persistent enough. So I'm just so confused by this. I wish if somebody has an answer out there, please put me on game because I am so curious about this. I've been wondering about this for like a year at this point. Every time I'm on Fashion File, I'm like, what's going on here? You know? So please, somebody let me know what in the world is going on. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about, and this is kind of a fun one, and this is the replica market. If you have been paying attention, you know replicas are everywhere. You know, they are ubiquitous at this point. You can find replicas of anything. It is insane, and people don't have no shame. Not that they should. It is what it is. They will unbox. They will show you everything. They will tell you the whole process, where to get it from. I'm sure y'all have heard of that very famous, you know, fence, we'll say, place to get your replicas from. I'm not going to mention them in this video because I don't want the bots in my video, in my comment section. But you can basically get a replica of anything you want right now. It is insane. And I've also seen something that I really wanted to talk about. I've noticed that a lot of these replica sites, they will come with everything. They'll give you the bag. They'll give you the packaging with if you order a Chanel, you can probably get a Chanel Camellia. It comes with the card of authenticity, girl. How is going to be an authenticity card on something that's not authentic? I don't even understand, but they got it for you if you want it, okay? I have, so a couple of months ago, I was looking for this shirt by Kate. I'm really loving that brand right now. And I saw, you know, when you Google something, you'll see different examples of it, and they'll show like the different price points that it comes at. And one of the retailers had the shirt that I was looking for. This shirt retailed for like $700, over $700. They had it for like $90. And I said, no, wait a second. You know I love a deal. So I had to click through and find out what's that about. That can't be real, is it? And it was this website, and they basically had all this Kate inventory, but the branding was off. It was only Kate stuff. The branding was off. When you go to the About Us page, they give you like a little address. I Googled the address. It was actually, what was it? Like a Costco, I think it was? Yes, it was a Costco. So I'm not sure if it's a scam, like if you pay them and you don't get anything, or do you pay them and you get like just replica Kate things? I have no idea. But again, it's just speaking to the ubiquity, of these replica websites and of replicas, period. You can get like brand specific websites, you know. I also saw a similar site for the brand Ganni, Ganni. And you go on that website and it's the same thing. You get all of this Ganni, you know, inventory, and the website gives you an address, and the address was for, what was the Ganni address for? It was a Marshall's, girl. It was a Marshall's. And so I was like, I was just amazed by this. You know, there's just this whole like world of replicas, and just, I have no idea if the sites were related. The fonts on both of the sites that I saw were similar. So I was like, maybe these are all by the same people, but they had different addresses. I don't know. But replicas are really out here. And I just wonder, like, are the luxury retailers Is there anything that they can do about it? Should they even do anything about it? Like, it's fascinating though. It's fascinating just the extent to which these, sellers are going. If you've ever used one of these websites, please let me know. Like, I'm probably not gonna buy anything from these, but I'm just amazed at how extensive the whole thing is. I don't know. It's wild out here. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about, and this one's a little bit more serious, and this is like the crazy price increases and like that faux exclusivity that these brands seem to be going for. And so I was watching a video by Cassie Thorpe here on YouTube. I really love her channel. She's great. And she brought up the Neverfull and how the Neverfull is going to be like a weightless bag. I'm sure you've seen the Neverfull. The most famous iteration of it is canvas, is a tote, and usually that feels like, it's kind of like an entry-level luxury bag. I always think of that bag. It's like the quintessential bag for like the upwardly mobile woman. Like, you got a good job, you're getting paid decent money now, and you're like, okay, I want to invest in like a little bougie handbag for myself, and I want something that's very useful at the same time. So it's like a tote, so I can put my laptop, my lunch, it seems like a great first bag for someone, especially someone that's going into an office every day. And it's just now that this bag over the past couple of years has increased in price in a violent way. Like, the way that bag has gotten so much more expensive, it's insulting almost, like it really is. That bag is not really for me. I'm not big on tote bags, but I can see how that would be a bag that a lot of women would be like, okay, I'm going to invest in this kind of bag because I'm going to get so much use out of it, and it's going to be worth the price. And people are willing to overlook all of the price increases, all of the crazy price increases over the past 3 years. And now it's like, oh no, you can't just walk in and buy this bag. You need to put your name on a list, and you're going to have to wait 2 months before you can actually buy it now. And it's just this, like, I wonder how long are people going to be putting up with it. But at the same time, I know that them making this a weightless bag, it might make some people want it more. Like, the more out of reach something seems, the more exclusive it seems, the more people seem to be, clamoring for that item, right? And so I just really wonder, like, how far that's gonna go. And I wonder, like, just, jumping further back from not just the Neverfull, but brands period, because I know Chanel has tried to make the classic flap more exclusive, even while the quality gets worse, but just driving up the prices. And it just feels like brands like that are alienating a huge customer base. I think that when we think of luxury fashion, we think of very rich ladies who lunch and da-da-da-da-da. But I wanted to throw some stats at you behind who are luxury customers. So I was on Reuters, and they said that 39% of luxury buyers in 2021 make less than $50,000 per year. 34% of luxury buyers make between $50,000 and $125,000 per year. Now, that is a huge range of consumers, but that's like almost 70% of luxury consumers. So, it's when you think about that, they're alienating those people. They're making it harder for those type of people that go to work every day, that have to save up in order to spend the big money on that maybe 1 or 2 bags a year. Like, they're making it more and more difficult for those people to invest in their product. Some other things that I found interesting is Gen Z, so very young consumers. They're starting to buy luxury goods at earlier ages, around the age of 15, they're starting to buy their first luxury goods. And I saw that on Vox. So when you think about those numbers, there's a large share of their customer base that they're making it harder to acquire their products, Yeah, we understand that there's inflation, supply chains and all that, but that does not really speak to the level of price increases that we've had, right? And it also doesn't speak to, well, why do we need to have a wait list for a bag that is pretty popular? It's nothing, no shade, but that bag is not some, like, it's made of canvas. It's not like it's going to be super hard to acquire the materials that go into that bag. What is really the reason that they are alienating that base of customers? Like, I just really are. And I also wonder, like, if you alienate that 70% of your customers, right? Can the rich customers, that 30% that's left, can they make up for it? And I'm not no economist, so I don't know. But can they make up for it, right? Because, we're coming into, we might have a recession soon, inflation is crazy. And these kind of economic times, who has to tighten their belt first, right? It's the working class. It's people, in middle class. Those are the people who are going to say, okay, well, I can't afford to buy a new handbag this year. But again, that's 70% of your customer base that you're raising the prices, you're making it harder for them to afford your product. And so I don't know, when I think about it, it makes me like a little bit like sick. Like, it's just, what is the end game here? Like, how far do these brands plan to take it? And I also wonder, us as consumers, how long are we going to put up with that? Like, is there a point where you're just like, you know what, this just isn't worth it? Like, it seems like they don't want me as a customer, and I don't want to be somewhere where I'm not wanted, right? So I don't know, like, I've been thinking about it. Every time I see a new round of price increases come up, every time I see a new, they're gonna open a store that's only for the top 1% of their clients. Every time I see a story like that, I'm always kind of just like, oh, okay. I see what's happening here. Like, y'all only want certain types of customers, even though the largest share of your customers tend to be just everyday working people. You don't want those people coming in your store anymore. Okay, I see what's happening. And it just makes me like, as much as I love luxury fashion, again, I don't want to be nowhere where I'm not invited. So it's just something to think about. Anyway, do you have any luxury fashion conundrums? Let me know what you've been wondering about when it comes to luxury fashion. Hopefully this was fun. If it wasn't, if you consider liking this video and subscribing to this channel. You can also find me on shortnotsweet.com. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram at shortnotsweetdevaney. Thank you so much for watching, and please take care of yourself. Bye.